welcome everybody to the new episode of the Podcast. Today, my co-host is SonRyu,
Hello, everyone.
the ever-elusive SonRyu, like a legendary Pokemon, I swear. Today, we will be going over some fan art, actually, that was found on 4chan that was really well done, and I thought it needed to actually be brought to people to take a look at and really see the work that the Pokemon community really puts forth into just ideas of the future. This artwork is brought to us by Banette Shiny. I figured, they put it up on 4chan, might as well talk about it because it is really one of the nicer designs that I think, regional variants that I've seen for the starters, and I really do have to appreciate the work that was put into it. Well, we'll start off from the top. We have Hessian decidueye, grass steel type. Let's see, he's got influence of the snow owl as well as the Gyudo archers, I believe. And if you can look at the coloring, it still has a lot of callback to that grass typing. But some of the alternate colors look really good. You've got that nice fall coloring to it. Lots of yellows, oranges, touch of purple, which I think is actually really interesting.
So, as a grass steel type, he's also a archer for his signature move.
Yeah, looks like they kept that as part of his motif.
Yeah, got you.
And I mean, there's just something to be said about the typing in itself. Grass steel typing. I mean, you're gonna take 4 times damage to fire.
What are the type that he's immune to? I meant like normal damage, half damage,
Well, I mean, he's going to take 4 times damage to fire, 2 times damage to fighting, 1/4 damage to grass, and no damage from poison. And then this is a pretty strong typing for the most part. You've got a lot of resistances too: normal, rock, dragon, fairy. So that kind of a typing for a starter Pokemon would be really strong if they went that route.
Yeah, I don't think you've ever had a starter type for this. The grass steel, I don't know. It's a good typing that they did, and love the artwork for it.
Yeah, they definitely did a lot of good work with the thought behind it. And as for grass steel typing, there's actually 3: Ferroseed, Ferrothorn, and Kartana. So the typing in itself isn't new, but it is rare.
But I meant for a starter. They haven't done that so yet.
No, they haven't at all. The next Pokemon that we are going to be taking a look at is Hessian Typhlosion, Fire Ice type, and this looks like it has influences of Mount Fuji as well as what's wrote here, the Bakufu. I'm not as versed in the Japanese history, so I'm not.
Yeah. But it looks like he is at least like a high official Pokemon, so that would work, for the government or.
It feels in an anime.
Because it looks like it, the way how they design it, and then with the background too.
Yeah, I mean, there's that. There's also the fact that in the further images that looks like it's coiled up on itself, it does have a reminiscent look of a mountain with the clouds wrapped around it, went from the backside. But I'm also getting very distinct Godzilla type feels from this design as well, if you look at it. The shiny coloring I love too, the yellow and the purple.
Yeah, very colorful.
I mean, I kind of dig the way it's starting to look like a volcano.
Yeah. So I'm guessing that probably would be maybe when he uses a special attack for it.
Yeah, I could see this as a special attacker. I mean, he's got it looking almost like also a cannon, which he did point out in the center evolution for the 2nd and 3rd, where it brings down its head in its hindquarters, kind of like old school Megatron.
Oh yeah, I see that.
But I mean, the fire ice typing is a typing we haven't seen yet, so that in itself is rather unique.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure so.
I mean, you'll be taking 4 times damage to rock.
Yeah, bro.
Take half damage from fairy, grass, and bug types.
No more damage for steel.
Yeah, but that's a lot of weaknesses though, because you're still also weak to fighting grounds and water as well, which are a lot of common type Pokemon. So, I mean, the typing is unique, but the weaknesses are huge.
I think it just depends on the stats for it though.
True. You're still taking half damage from fairy, grass, and bug types, 1/4 damage from ice types, and being a fire type, you're going to be superior against ice types to begin with.
Yeah.
So that's a great safe switch option for Pokemon for battling.
He's overly strong as Dragon type.
The final artwork piece that he's got here is Hussein Samurat, water fighting type, and he takes inspiration here from the traditional samurai, as well as incorporating the straw hat that most people I would assume to the iconic samurai look. But I have to admit, the designs for stage 2 and stage 3 are interesting in this case, because he doesn't keep this one quadrupedal for the final form. It can from the artwork, but it doesn't have to. You can see on the image on there where at one point looks like he's reaching behind his back and pulls out a sword that's made of the shell, and he's using it to almost slice a wave across the screen. The coloring is really good for the shiny aspects of what he's got. I'm really digging the red off the yellow.
Yeah, it's a nice go to how they did.
Yeah, I'll be honest, I wasn't a really huge fan of Oshawott in the first run, but if the evolutions turn out something like this, I would actually have to second guess myself choosing it, because this looks so much better than the original. And can we take a second and actually discuss Oshawott for a minute? Look at Oshawott. Look at the look of Oshawott. It looks sagely, it looks confident, it knows what it's doing, and it looks like it's mimicking what he wrote here, Tessen Jutsu, which is, I guess, fighting with a fan.
Yeah, which is a really good result.
It is, isn't it? I mean, I think it's so much better than traditional Duat.
I think only in the final form one has the dual type for it.
I mean, I could see Duat being dual type, but I think you're right. I think third form would probably be the one holding the dual typing on that, which was water fighting.
And water fighting is a really good type too. So
I'm trying to remember who we have as water fighting types.
the legendary Pokemon from Urshifu.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah, see
Urshifu, Keldeo, and Poliwrath. Yeah, that's actually not a popular typing either. I'm kind of glad using types that we don't see a lot of.
Yeah, which is good.
Yeah, it keeps that nice balance. However, the typing in itself leaves a bit to be desired for, because you're going to be weak to flying, grass, electric, psychic, and fairy types, but you're going to have better resistances. You're going to have half damage from rock, bug, steel, fire, water, ice, and dark, which...
Yeah, it's pretty good when it changes the types. So.
Yeah, he's got a lot considering. This one, I think I'd probably like him in a more versatile spot. I wouldn't probably use him for a safe swap in, but definitely an opener because of the fact that he's fairly resistant to a lot of the more common openers.
So yeah, I love the final form that make him look at a samurai flying water type, which is really nice.
Yeah. I mean, the person put a lot of thought into it. I really do love that they incorporated a lot of the culture of the country, since Hisuian is effectively Sinnoh, which is effectively an area of Japan. So it's nice to see that they did go in and took a lot of that cultural influence and still applied it to those 3 specific Pokemon who were not all native to the same region. I mean...
all from different region and different duration.
Mm-hmm. I mean, Rowlet was from Alola, which was Hawaiian-based. Typhlosion was from Gen 2, which was Japanese-based, but Oshawott part of the Unova region, which is based in the US. But I like the fact that they were able to incorporate a lot of the Japanese culture into Pokemon not from the same region and find a way to make it look really good. So I'm really wanting to see what these potential evolutions are. I really do hope that they are alternate forms and not...
I hope they have regional form and not the... Who is your favorite out of the 3? Mine would be pretty close. I would say either typhlosion or samurat.
Yeah, see, I don't know. Depending on these... With these 3 particular designs, they're really good. I don't know if I could choose now, because I like Cyndaquil above all the other 2 normally. But this person, man, they knocked it out with some really killer designs, and I don't know if I can choose one. I mean, if I had to, it'd have to be the Hisuian Rowlet line. It's really speaking to me more than anything else.
Oh, you're saying Rowlet? Yeah. All good choice. I don't, no matter who you pick.
No. I mean, it's really well done.
It's a good fan art.
And I do like the fact that they kept the balance between the the Pokemon.
Yeah.
Running really well. The water type is weak to grass. Fire, ice type will take damage from fighting, which is the water type, and then the grass steel is super weak to fire, which is typhlosion's type. So they did a really good job keeping some balance between these three Pokemon in their design work. So they really knocked it out, I think. I think Game Freak should hire this person personally.
I mean, there's a lot of good artists out there. So.
Oh yeah, for sure. Game Freak really needs to start cultivating the Faithmon community and start pulling from people who have some amazing
I
design
think
work.
it's pretty dope right now ideas, but we'll still do hire some new people to do the next generation and stuff. So.
All right, I got a question for you before
Sure.
we close out the episode. I got a question. If you had to choose between the shiny or non-shiny versions of the evolved versions of this person's designs, which would you go for? For decidueye, would you go for the green one or for the more fall-colored ones?
It's just if I have to choose, I'd probably choose with the original first to see how it looks.
I think for the Hussein Rowlet line, I think I'd go for the shiny one. It to me, both are good, both are solid.
Yes.
I just think that the shiny one for me speaks a bit more. It's the purple. I'll fully admit it. It's the purple. For Hessian typhlosion, what would be your go-to, the normal or the shiny?
Let's see. Oh, okay. So the only difference with shiny is the flames.
The flames go from red to yellow, and the body has purple instead of blue.
That's a tough one. I'll go with being shiny on this one.
Yeah, I'd have to flip the coin. Both are really good to me.
Yeah, like I said, it's hard to choose.
I mean, don't get me wrong, I like the purple on the Mon, but I think going the traditional route for me on this one, it's probably jumping more to me.
Yep. So like I said, either way, they're both good. So sorry, choose. What the last one?
And Hussein Samurat, I think for me,
Just
I'd have to go
the shiny.
Yeah, shiny.
Yeah, you have to get the color right, or otherwise it's gonna be hard to match it. So
Yeah, there's enough color differentiation in the shiny form of that character that it really does pop so much more. The blue on blue on blue, I think, was also one of the big turnoffs that I had from the original
okay.
Samurai.
Yeah. Okay, so only the second form, his skin color is like silver to grayish.
Yeah, I mean, overall, I think that's pretty much where I'm at. Well, everyone, hope you enjoyed this episode where we reviewed a poster's artwork on their ideas of what the third evolution of the starter Pokemon for Pokemon Legends Arceus would be. I hope you enjoyed the episode. Please feel free to comment below what your favorite one of these were, if you like the shiny version or the standard version, or even if you have some fan art of your art that you'd like us to take a look at. We'll be more than happy to. Thank you, everyone, for joining us. Have a great day.
And hope everyone enjoys the podcast.
Bye.